In this chapter 1 in the book of Acts is very interesting in regarding the lack of success, the lack of success in terms of the Jewish people listening and adhering to this whole thing about Jesus, and the whole reticence or reluctance, to come into the so-called fold. And then this surprise, which was deeply surprising, basically to Peter, James, Barnabas, was the fact that they were having almost tremendous success on the Gentiles, but not their own people, the Jews. Okay, now there's an interesting way to look at this in a practical contemporary example. I know a man and a woman married many, many years. He's Catholic, she's Methodist, okay? And so the thing is, when I had a discussion with him about this, it came to light that he had been Catholic his whole life, while his wife was a Methodist her whole life. The power of the thing about understanding that is that part of the woman or the wife's perspective on that is that that was the heritage of her family for as far back as can be remembered. So she established that sense of her stance in remaining Methodist because of the family tradition and loyal to the family. And that's not to criticize that. That's something that needs to be taken very seriously. Because when you think about converting, to another religion, in terms of any kind of family, that's extremely disruptive in the sense that there's a whole quandary about whether you can continue to have a relationship, spiritual and religious, with somebody who has broken the family tradition. Okay, so that's one aspect of understanding this anomaly of the lack of success among the Jews with the preaching of the gospel, but the Gentiles, of course, being very open to what was being presented. Another thing to be mentioned in all of this that we can never forget is the fact that what's operating here are principalities and entities of the other world, okay? One thing to be mentioned is the fact that, and I'm going to mention this in terms of a deeper understanding of the dynamic of the spiritual life in the other world, beyond this world, and that is Satan and the demons had no idea where this was going to go. Because Satan is not omnipotent, he doesn't know the future. He does not have a sense. He's extremely intelligent and observant. And so he'll take advantage of a weakness, but he doesn't know where people are going to end up going. That's an important thing, to keep in mind when we read the book of Acts. Because the thing is, as the book of Acts goes on, where there was the martyrdom of Stephen, and everything that pointed to the fact that this could be crushed by powerful entities of this world, it could not be destroyed because of God's power in the world against evil and the tendency of human nature to deconstruct and destroy the goals that are most important in terms of salvation. So this is something that we should keep in mind as we continue to the book of Acts and all of its twists and turns in terms of establishing the basis for the church against tremendous odds. But the thing is, the gospel message was spreading because there was something resonating in the souls of the Gentiles, in the souls of those people who, for some reason, unpredictably, were very open to the power of the gospel, whereas certain authorities were not. And this is very insightful. Thank you very much.